Hi everyone, this is Miss McDonald and I'm here today to show you how to start a PowerPoint presentation. You can access this program in two ways. One is to go to the Open School menu, number 2, Applications, and go through the list until you find the PowerPoint icon. And that looks like an orange square with a P in it. Or you can go to the Start menu and then scroll through the programs until you find that same icon. And then if you click on it, you'll open up to this screen that just has a blank title page. And the first thing you want to do is type your title. And of course this is your project title, so I'll add project title just so there's no confusion. And then underneath in the subtitle, that's a great place to put your name. And you always want to put your first and your last names. And make sure you capitalize appropriately. And then you can also put your teacher's name, the date of your project, and your grade. Those are always good things to include on your title page. Now, with a PowerPoint presentation, it's going to be a set of slides that you're going to be creating. And so to add a new slide, you simply click on New Slide, or you can click Control M on your keyboard, and you'll come up with a new slide. It always defaults to this one. It'll say click to add title at the top, and then text, and then these icons allow you to add some other things as well. And I'll talk about a couple of them in a bit. But before you even do that, you might want to add a design for your background so that you know where to place your items, your text, and your images. So I would suggest going to the Design tab, and then you'll see a variety of designs for your background. And you want to make sure you're picking a design that goes along with the topic of your project. And you can change this at any time. You can also click the drop down arrow and you can see a variety of other slides, templates. So you can just simply click on them. And the templates that you have available to you on the school computers are probably a little bit different from the ones that you're seeing here, because I'm doing this on my home computer. So once you've decided on the template that you'd like, and I think I will pick this purple one because that's my favorite color, you will go back to start typing in the information for your project. And again, to add your title, each slide should have a title. So the slide title is here. And then all of your bulleted items you can list here. It's best to list things in a bulleted form so that you don't overwhelm the slide with lots of text. And if you make a mistake, you simply backspace or delete. What I wanted to show you next is how to change the color of your font. If you highlight it, a little menu bar will come up above it and you can click the font color. You can click and fill the whole box up if you want to do that. You can also put a frame around your box, put an outline. You can left justify it, center it, or right justify. You can bold and italicize. And you can also change the font style. You want to have something that's easy to read for the people that are watching your presentation. You don't want to have a font that's too loopy. This might be a little bit hard to read from a distance. So just be aware of that. You want to have something that people can read and see from the back of the room. All right. Now the next thing you might want to do is add a picture, and there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can, if you've already typed into your box, you can go back up and hit the Insert tab, and you can insert a picture that you might already have saved in your documents, Or you could do clip art, click on clip art, and I've already typed in a search for books, and I'm going to hit go. And then if I select the book picture I want, it's here, it's highlighted, and if the circles are here, you can move it. You need to have the cross piece where it looks like a little plus sign, and you can move it. Or if you pull the corners, you can make it bigger or smaller. And if you want to get really fancy, you can turn it around. You can even go upside down if you want to. So I'm going to try to put this back right side up as close as I can. Maybe on a little angle here, that's fine. Now the things I can do with my picture are, as long as I have it highlighted, this bar will stay open, and you can see I can put different frames. If you click on the drop down arrow, you can do other things with your pictures. You can add borders, you can add picture effects. There's lots of things you can do to your pictures. You can also change the picture. If you decide you don't like that, you can just click on change picture, and you can change it that way, or you can just go back to the clip art and change it out. And again, there's some other things over here, artistic effects. You could change the basic color of the whole picture. But again, I just want to make sure you're really focusing on the content of your slides to make sure that you have all the information you need. If you don't like what you did, you can either keep the changes, you can discard, take away the changes, and it'll go back to the last one you did. Now the next thing I wanted to show you after those two things were to add transitions. Again, on this top tabs you'll see a variety of things. So transition is another one. Transition is the way the pages change. So you can change your slides so that they do a fade or a push or a wipe. I'm going to add one more slide so that we have 3 slides here. And you go back to transitions. You can dissolve. You can do all sorts of things. And then again, there's a drop down arrow, and there's a variety of transitions that you can choose from. Once you've finished your slideshow, and you really should do this actually even before you finish, you should save every few minutes. So you would hit your save icon up here in the corner, and then when you save it, you're going to be saving it in 2 places. One place is in your documents, and a second place will be in the student hand-in folder, which I will create, and I'll show you more about that next week. And you want to be sure to include your title of your project and your name, first and last. Always put your first and last name on any project you do. So it's important, again, to save several times throughout the time you're doing your project. I did want to give you a few tips. I want to show you first, though, that when you click on the slideshow, to run through it so that you see what it looks like, you click on the slideshow and start from the beginning, and then you hit the down arrows or up arrow on your keyboard, and you can slide through. And so here is an example of several different types of transitions. A couple of the tips, I have actually 4 tips I wanted to share with you. First, limit the number of images on each slide. You should only have 2 or 3 images on a slide. You don't want to overwhelm the person who's looking at your project. Number 2, limit the number of fonts that you use. Don't use more than 2 types of fonts. 3, a PowerPoint is a presentation, and it's expected that you, as the person that created it, are going to be presenting it to your class or to your teacher. So you want to limit the amount of text on your slide. You don't want to overwhelm the slide with lots and lots of text. Bullets are best, and if you need to put sentences, only put a few sentences. Don't put a whole paragraph. It overwhelms the slide. And don't forget to save your work. I can't tell you enough. Make sure you save your work and that you know where you saved it, in your documents and in the student hand-in folder. And the very last thing I just wanted to mention is I'm going to create a basic template for you so that you don't forget to include important information in your projects. And I'll have that available for next week as well, and we'll show you where that is in the student handout folder. Well, I hope this basic tutorial on how to start a PowerPoint presentation was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me when you see me next or at the end of this presentation. Thanks so much. Have fun with your PowerPoint.